Hey everybody, it's Alexa Vlachos Kolokasides. It should be 11:11 on Thursday morning, just like I said, and thank you for joining me. Today, I just had this desire to share something with you that I went through, and I know, and I'm absolutely sure that there are many moms all over the world that might be going through the same thing right now, or have gone through something like this in the past. Let me explain what I'm talking about. About last week, I kept on getting these crazy thoughts, very vivid images about me having a car accident and dying, leaving my kids behind without a mother, or something crazy like my child getting run over, or something crazy like being hit by a bus. Crazy things, okay, and images in my mind, and they were not doing me any good. So I wasn't feeling comfortable, and I couldn't shake it off. It was like this doom, this thoughts of doom were like just getting more and more. And hi Caroline, and I really wasn't feeling comfortable with that, and somehow I couldn't shake it off. If you're just popping on, give me a shout out so I can say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. I'm talking thoughts of doom, with moms, and being a mom, I think it makes it even worse for us because we have people that are dependent on us, and we've got children that we're looking after. So these thoughts might come even more for moms, because we don't want to leave our kids without a mother, right? And so this is what was happening to me last week, and I do remember having thoughts like this years back as well. And usually I'm pretty good shaking things off like that, but for some reason the past week was, I don't know, it was too much. So what did I do? I got on a call with my coach, with one of my coaches. Yes, even I have a coach, and we worked through what was going on for me on the inside, and I'll tell you a little bit about the highlights, that were for me highlights. One of the main things that we got to was that I had a fear. These fears were all coming to me. These images were fears because there's a primal fear, and I think maybe we all have this primal fear of me dying, and this was coming up in these images. And something happened to me last year, which was a bit of a health scare. Probably I hadn't processed it properly, and that's why these fears were coming back. So also another thing, images were coming to me about cancer and stuff like that. And we all hear cancer, and it's like boom. So the primal fear of me dying and leaving my kids and my family behind and my husband. Okay, so I realize now that every layer that comes up for me, because I'm a coach, right? And I get to coach people and incredible moms to live their dream lives. But even I have layers. Obviously, I have layers to work through as well. So every layer that I get to work through is basically a doorway for me to walk through. Okay, these fears that were coming up for me, they were trying to show me something that I had to process, things I still need to process. Okay, so I did. That's what I did. I processed them with my coach, and I'll give you some of the highlights that were for me like aha moments. Okay, basically, I'm doing this because I want to share with you so that you can, help yourself in your own experiences. Okay, so number one was the realization that it is a layer that I had to move through. Okay, and it doesn't mean anything. There's no meaning behind it, but it is a layer that's there, an emotional, energetic. It's an energetic layer that has to be worked through so that it can leave my body and not affect me like it was affecting me. Okay. Like I said, there was a past experience related to my health, which is probably what triggered all of these thoughts coming through, and it is what was guiding me to work on that on an energetic level. Okay, not on a mental level, but on an energetic level. With my coach, we worked on it energetically, to release that hold of on me. Another thing that is imperative to understand, me understanding and you understanding, is that this is the brain. The brain kicks in when you are doing something new, when you are ready, when you're near a breakthrough, when you're overcoming certain challenges, and you're changing stuff in your life, and the brain is kicking in now bringing up these fears for me, okay, because I'm constantly making changes in my life, and the brain kicks in and starts bringing up these fears for me. So this is what happens to the brain, and that is its job. Its job is to protect us from new stuff, from things that may be potentially harmful, right? So it's trying to sidetrack me from the things of my heart, okay? But when something's new and it's amazing and there's a fire burning inside of me, fears will come up and will try to sidetrack me, okay? But this is the power that we have, right? Especially as moms and as women, we do have superpowers to shape shift our lives and shape our energies and choose how we want our lives to turn out. Because that's what I was designed to do, okay? And I know what my heart is telling me, and I know what my calling is, and this is me sharing this with you is part of that calling, okay? So my brain basically was trying to hold me back, because this is what I'm designed to do, and my brain is designed to protect me. So it was doing its job, and it's okay. It can do its job, and my heart's going to do her job, right? So another important thing is that I realize that these fears are part of an old story, right? An old story that was just playing in the background. Fear of dying, fear of my kids leaving. Maybe it was an old story from a past life. I don't know. We don't really know. But I got to actually take up that old story and, get rid of it, delete it, and destroy it from affecting me anymore. Okay? Because it's data, and it's, like when you put on the TV and there's that snow on the TV. That's what this is. These old stories are, what's the word for it? In the background, what's the word? What's the snow word? I'm stuck. You know what I mean? The background noise, that shh. I can't find the word, but I know I will just now. If you can find the word, just put it in the comments, please. So that's what these thoughts were doing, and it brings up the awareness for you to work on them. Okay, so the old stories, right? Data, old stories, working in the background. The fears come up. It's a trigger for you to know that there's something to work on, and you work on it. Okay, so another very, very, very important, white noise. Thank you, Caroline. White noise. Disturbance, like a disturbance sort of thing. Okay, and so another thing, very, very important. This is one of the most important things to do when you're having thoughts like this, is to get into your heart. Right? I got into my heart because knowing that the brain wants to sidetrack me, I got into my heart, and I grounded myself. I grounded myself in the beliefs that I have about myself, and the things that I want to believe about myself in the now, okay, and as my future self, okay. So awareness is key. Don't just bury these thoughts under the carpet, because they're going to stay there as that white noise, and they're going to be triggered again. So whatever fears you have, whatever fears are coming up for you, process them, okay. You probably you might be having a big breakthrough coming for you, because the thoughts that you're having, Caroline, you've written here, after your first child, I can't believe the thoughts of doom after I had him. Crazy thoughts, unbelievable, as I've always been such an optimistic person. I know, me as well. I'm a very optimistic person, and these thoughts they were scaring me. But that's what they were wanting to do, to paralyze you, right? They were there to paralyze you with fear. But knowing what we know about the brain, you get to go into your heart, release the fear, okay, and move on, right? So I grounded myself in my truth, the truth of death, and the truth of death is that it's life, okay? Because when we die, we go back to eternal life, okay? So the truth of death is actually life, and death brings me full circle to life, eternal peace, returning to God, life. So death is not a doom, okay? This death images is waking me up to life, to my eternal I think if that's a word, inside of me. Okay, so grounding myself in that is key, and key for you as well. It's helped me see another thing that highlight this thing that I went through was helped me see all the blessings in my life. So I connected to my heart, and I got to see all the blessings that I had in my life again, but on a much deeper level. Okay, it helped me see excuse me, how I am truly protected, truly protected in every way. Okay, and it helped me see that my path is a powerful one, a very, very powerful path. And it helped me see how connected I am with God, with my Creator, whoever your Creator is. Okay, and also what I did was whatever I did with my coach, and working with the timelines and the energies involved, it helped me to see that no matter what happens, I will always be able to make it through. So whatever happens, even if something crazy does happen, I know I will be able to make it through. Okay, so we have that power, okay, and not buying into those fears and not buying into those thoughts is very, very important. Okay, so it's important to connect to your heart, to disconnect from the brain, disconnect from the mind, and connect to the heart, so that you can reconnect with the truth of who you are. Right, the truth of who you are. You are not of fear. You are not of doom. You're not of pain and stuff that is harming you and taking you down the downward spiral. No, we want to go up, ascend the spiral. So connecting to your heart helps you do that. Worthy, I know I'm worthy, and it's not by choice, it's by design. Okay, we are all worthy by design. There's nothing that I can do that will change my worthiness. Okay, I might believe that I'm not worthy, but that doesn't change that I'm worthy. Worthy remains for eternity, because that's how God made us. Okay, it's not something that we chose. It is what it is. Just like gravity is what it is, worthy is what it is. So believe that and enhance that, nurture that belief inside of you. Okay, and grow it from your heart. Okay, so those are some of the highlights that I wanted to share with you. That it's an old story. It is an old timeline that with the support of my coach, we did the energetic surgery. Literally, we did an energetic surgery, and we cut out the timeline and we destroyed it. Okay? It was beautiful, and it's something that is very simple to do. Knowing that I have now all these tools, to help my clients as well. These thoughts cannot stop you, okay? And they have no more, when you do these type of exercises and tools, they have no more fear connected with them. So I might have these thoughts again, but there's no fear infused into them, right? Because I know what to focus on instead. I know how to process them, and what it might be my brain doing to me. Okay, so when they do come up again, this is the next step I want to share with you. When they do come up again, I know how to bypass these thoughts and not feed them. So the trick is not to feed them. Okay, that's going to take me down again. So instead of feeding them, I will know that it's a choice where I allow my thoughts to continue to grow from them. So it's a choice that I make. I feed them or I choose something else. Okay, I know that I need to do stuff that takes me into an energetic space of joy, of spontaneity, of fun, of bliss, right? I need to do something that will take me to that space, okay? I get to focus on the regenerative processes and properties of my body, the healing power of my body, and the renewal power of my body, the light and the energy of my body. So that's one of the things that I will do instead of feeding the thoughts. Okay. Another thing is I'll focus on my eternal light, my trust, my love, and that I have a divine purpose in this lifetime, and that is already programmed into my heart, and there's nothing I can do to change that programming in my heart. Okay. I can choose not to follow it. I can choose not to act on it. I can choose to ignore it. But that doesn't change that the programming is there, and it's waiting to be unlocked and downloaded into, reality, right? And that's what I'm doing. daily with my work and my clients, and connecting now with you. You know, when I first started doing my Facebook Lives, there was fear involved, there was hesitation, there was procrastination. But I realized that there's a fear here because there's something for me to work on. And I worked on that fear, and boom, now I'm live every day, guys, and I'm loving it. And I hope you are too. Another thing that I know to do instead of feeding the thoughts is connect with my healthy body, okay? And know that on the other side of fear, of this fear that I'm facing, is more of my truth, more of my light, and more of my eternal, okay? So the fear is basically like, it is a door, it's a doorway, it's a metaphysical doorway for you. There's something for you to learn from these thoughts, something for you to learn from these feelings that you're having. You can't just ignore fear and stop fearing stuff. There's something for you to unlock there, okay? And whether you do it by yourself or you do it with a coach, there's definitely stuff to go deeper into fear and grow from. You'll definitely grow from something that you're fearing, all right? Embrace what is on the other side of that door. Embrace it. And know that the pathway I'm on is the ascension pathway, and that I am expecting amazing things. And I'm thinking of what are all the things I'm anticipating, like my pathway, my career, my vacation coming up with my kids and my husband, and get that energy going, right? Get that energy flowing, that excitement of what's to come, and saying yes to spontaneity, saying yes to fun and playfulness. Okay, my coach, she's one of my coaches. She's very, very tuned into the energies, and she's teaching me now that we're now in the space of playfulness as women, and that we get to say yes to even more playfulness in our lives and in our programs and in our routines and in your day-to-day activities. Okay, so say yes to the joy, say yes to the freedom to, you know, just be. Okay, so that's what I have to share with you guys today about the thoughts that were plaguing me last week, the thoughts of doom, the thoughts of dying, the thoughts of cancer, horrible thoughts, but how I got over that obstacle and how I've become so much more deeply connected to myself and my heart and my path. Okay, I really hope it's helped for you. If you have any questions, get in touch. Know that I'm here for you, and know that if anybody wants to go even deeper with their lives and with their with your life as a mom, connect with me and we can have a chat, and you know, you can see how I work and if you're a good fit. Okay, I love you, and thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.